Ever wonder how a single drop of water can set off a cascade of life? Or how a tiny seed can give birth to a sprawling forest? Welcome to the magnificent world of ecosystems, where every organism, every element, and every interaction weaves an intricate web of life. Let's start at the very beginning. The term ecosystem might sound complex, but it's really quite simple. An ecosystem represents a community of living organisms, which we call biotic components, interacting with their non-living surroundings, the abiotic components. It's a dynamic arena where life thrives, survives, and sometimes sadly dies. Imagine a forest. It's not just a collection of trees, birds, and insects. It's a complex, integrated system where each element depends on the others. The trees provide shelter for the birds help disperse seeds, and the insects help decompose dead matter, returning essential nutrients back to the soil. This interdependence is the heartbeat of an ecosystem. Each organism, whether it's a tiny ant or a towering tree, plays a vital role. The ant helps aerate the soil, promoting plant growth, while the tree provides oxygen, helping us to breathe. And let's not forget the importance of natural resources: water, air, soil, minerals. These are the lifeblood of any ecosystem. They nourish, sustain, and fuel life in all its varied forms. But remember, an ecosystem is not just about individual species or resources. It's about the relationships between them. It's about the energy that flows from the sun to the plants, from the plants to the herbivores, and from the herbivores to the carnivores. It's about the delicate balance that nature maintains to ensure the survival of life on Earth. So the next time you marvel at a blooming flower or listen to the chorus of birds at dawn, remember that you're witnessing a small part of a much larger, much more complex system. You're witnessing the intricate web of life, where every piece, no matter how small, is connected. Indeed, every organism, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in the grand scheme of the ecosystem. Life, as we know it, is a complex puzzle made up of many pieces. But what are these pieces, and how do they fit together? Let's dive into the vibrant world of ecosystems to find the answers. An ecosystem is akin to a grand orchestra, with each member playing a crucial role in creating a harmonious melody. The musicians in this case are the biotic components of an ecosystem, consisting of producers, consumers, and decomposers. Let's start with the maestros of the ecosystem, the producers. These are typically plants that convert sunlight into food through a process known as photosynthesis. They are the primary source of energy for all other life forms in the ecosystem. You could think of them as the bass line in our orchestra, setting the rhythm and pace for the rest of the ensemble. Next, we have the consumers. These are animals, and they come in three main categories: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores, like deer or rabbits, eat plants. Carnivores, such as lions and wolves, prey on other animals. Omnivores, like bears and humans, can eat both plants and animals. In our orchestra analogy, these would be the string section, playing a melody that dances over the bass line set by the producers. Lastly, we have the decomposers, the unsung heroes of the ecosystem. These are organisms like bacteria and fungi that break down dead plants and animals, returning vital nutrients back to the soil. In our orchestra, they're the percussion section, providing the final layer of complexity to our symphony of life. Each of these components interacts in a finely tuned balance, creating the rich tapestry of life that we see in our world. They're all interconnected, relying on each other for survival, much like the instruments in an orchestra creating a beautiful piece of music together. These living components, fascinating as they are, only tell half the story. To understand an ecosystem fully, we need to look at the non-living components as well. Imagine a play without a stage or actors without props. Sounds incomplete, doesn't it? The same holds true for ecosystems. In the drama of life that unfolds in ecosystems, there are silent actors that play a critical role. They may not have a heartbeat or a voice, but their influence is far-reaching. These are the abiotic components of an ecosystem, elements like sunlight, water, temperature, and soil. Sunlight, the prime source of energy, is the spotlight that fuels the show. It sets the pace for photosynthesis, the process by which green plants convert light energy into chemical energy, thereby setting the stage for all life on Earth. The amount of sunlight an ecosystem receives can dictate its climate, the types of plants that can grow there, and in turn, the kinds of animals that can survive. Water, the elixir of life, is another pivotal actor. It's the medium in which most biochemical reactions occur. The presence or absence of water can define habitats, from lush rainforests to arid deserts, each with its unique cast of plant and animal life. Temperature, the thermal regulator, sets the tone of the performance. It influences the metabolic rate of organisms and hence their growth and reproduction. Extreme temperatures create unique ecosystems like the icy poles or the hot geysers. Lastly, we have soil, the unsung hero. A rich, fertile soil is like a well-written script, providing the necessary nutrients for plants to grow. Its composition and pH can determine the variety of vegetation it can support, shaping the ecosystem's diversity. These silent actors, although non-living, are the foundations upon which the living components of an ecosystem depend. They set the stage, provide the props, and define the rules of the play, making every ecosystem a unique theater of life. So the stage is set, the actors are ready. But what happens when the curtain rises? Every day, a grand performance takes place in ecosystems around the world, with nature as the choreographer. Imagine a grand ballroom where every dancer has a role to play. This is the dance of ecosystems, and each organism, whether large or small, is a vital performer in this intricate ballet. The energy flow in an ecosystem is much like the rhythm of this dance. The sun, our principal dancer, infuses the stage with energy, which flows from one performer to another. Green plants, the primary producers, capture this solar energy and transform it into food energy through the process of photosynthesis. This energy then moves to the herbivores, the primary consumers who feed on these plants. From herbivores, this energy flows to carnivores and then to the top predators, much like a well-choreographed pas de deux. Now imagine this ballet becoming even more complex. Instead of a simple line of dancers, we now have a web of performers, all interconnected. This is the food web, a network of food chains intertwining and overlapping. Each organism feeds and is fed upon, creating a complex pattern of energy flow. And just as a ballet evolves with each performance, so too does an ecosystem through ecological succession. It's a process of change in the species structure of an ecological community over time. It's like a dance that never really ends but continually morphs into new forms. Picture also the ecological pyramids, the invisible structures that hold this dance together. They represent the number, energy, and biomass of an ecosystem's organisms, from the broad base of primary producers to the apex predators at the top. Lastly, there's homeostasis, the ability of an ecosystem to maintain its balance, despite the constant changes and disruptions. It's like a skilled dancer maintaining her poise, regardless of the complexity of the dance. This intricate dance of life continues, with each organism playing its part, maintaining a delicate balance. In the grand theater of life, every act has its end, and every end is a new beginning. As the curtain falls on our exploration of ecosystems, we turn our attention to a phenomenon that encapsulates the cyclical nature of life beautifully: ecological succession. This is the process of change in the species structure of an ecological community over time. It's a tale of transformation, a testament to the resilience of life. Picture this: a barren rock, lifeless, devoid of any living organism. But even in such inhospitable conditions, life finds a way. Tiny organisms known as pioneer species set the stage. Lichens and mosses begin to grow, breaking down the rock into soil. This is the first act of ecological succession, known as primary succession. As the soil forms, it welcomes a new set of characters. Grasses, shrubs, and small trees, able to survive in this still harsh environment, take root. Over time, these hardy pioneers pave the way for larger plants and trees, the climax community that eventually form a mature, stable ecosystem. This process, from barren rock to thriving forest, can take hundreds, even thousands of years. But the march of time is relentless and life ever patient. However, ecological succession isn't always a slow, gradual process. Sometimes it's triggered by dramatic events like forest fires or hurricanes. These disturbances can wipe out existing ecosystems, but they also create opportunities for new ones to emerge, in a process known as secondary succession. The ashes of the old give birth to the new, a cycle of destruction and rebirth, embodied in the phoenix rising from the flames. Ecological succession is a reminder that change is the only constant in life. Ecosystems are dynamic, ever-changing tapestries of life, shaped by countless interactions between organisms and their environment. They're a testament to life's remarkable ability to adapt and endure, to rise and fall and rise again in the grand theater of life. Thus, our journey through the intriguing world of ecosystems draws to a close, but the dance of life continues, ever-changing, ever-evolving.